What is happening? It's Nintendo Powercast in the morning with Hate Zero. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? What is up, NPC fam? It's your boy, Hate Zero, your hero.
Is it hard to remember which one to do?
Sometimes, yeah.
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 You got to think about it. Plus, it's kind of early. So, pay no attention to the PlayStation Underground video.
What's that? What is that?
We're just looking at extended play of Shredder's Revenge right now because we're talking turtles this morning. So,
We're talking turtles.
Yeah. Before we do that, Smash Bros tournament is happening. n64josh.com/smash. Sign up there. I'm streaming live every day, 4 p.m. Pacific on TikTok. And then we're switching over to, we're changing up a little bit. We're going 2 hours on TikTok and then switching over to Twitch and YouTube. So if you want to get in on all the Mario Kart races, we had like 300 people, 250 people last week. 200. It's been crazy. So many people been racing. So if you want to dust off your Mario Kart, play some of the new tracks, come hang out with us. It's a really good time. It's a lot of fun. So do that. Of course, you can jump into the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord, and there's a link in the description. So we're watching Turtles Shredder's Revenge right now, but we're going to talk Cowabunga Collection. Last week, I'm going to tell you guys a quick funny story. We were going through, Eric and I were just talking about the Cowabunga Collection, and I was like, oh, there's a third Game Boy game. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it turns out I own that game. So
where'd you find it?
Oh, well, our giant dog ate our couch, and then I'm like, well, I don't know what to do now, right? Because now we have this couch that's like been eaten, but like I don't want to drop $2,000 on another couch for him to eat again. Well, somebody's given away a free couch that is like basically just didn't fit in their house, and it was not old and in really good shape. So I went and picked it up and took the other couch to the dump. Well, moving the other couch, guess what was underneath that couch? The Radical Rescue Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 on the Game Boy, which I was like, well, I'm going to fire this up. Like, I want to know what it's... And I remember after I fired it up,
you remember why you put it under the couch?
No, I think it was one of those scenarios where it was like sitting on the arm of the couch and got knocked off and then kicked underneath, and like, the rest is history, right? So, it's like a Metroidvania, which I was totally I was expecting like Turtles in Time or the arcade
classic
game.
Beat 'em up, right?
Yeah, classic beat 'em up, and it's like a Metroidvania. And you start off only playing as Mikey because he was picking up pizza and the other turtles were watching the news as
so there's like an actual story and progression.
Oh yeah.
And,
yeah.
Okay.
So I am excited to play it some more, but I'll just wait till it comes out on Switch because that way it's like I can do them in order or something. So
for sure.
But I mean, I have just had the urge to talk Turtles. I cannot wait to play these games over. I mean, I've been fighting the urge to like set up my Super Nintendo or set up my 360 and play these games again, And I can't remember if we talked about it on here or press pause, but like you're like, I don't have a way right now, other than doing some modifications to your SNES Classic, to play these games.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about I'm going to get the arcade 1-up, but even then, that's only the arcade game and Turtles in Time. Like, I don't have a way to play the other games, so I'm really excited for the Cowabunga Collection and watching this extended play of Shredder's Revenge. I'm really excited for that too because it looks phenomenal. And is that a nod that we just saw on screen with they just knocked over the frogs? Is that a nod to the what the heck are their names? Why am I drawing a blank on the
Battletoads?
Battletoads, yeah. Was that a nod?
No,
on Battletoads?
they're actually they're characters within the Turtles lore. Like I'd have to look up his name because I don't remember it right now, but he was an original toy, and then they eventually I think in the cartoon they actually gave him there was 4 of them just like the Turtles, but they only released one of the toys originally. I keep wanting to say Leatherhead, but Leatherhead was the was the alligator that mutated.
Yeah, I had
And
his. I had his toy.
let me see if I can find it. But yeah, I noticed that too. Those cardboard cutouts. I was
Yeah.
like, pretty rad. That like, because that's the other thing. Like, you look at like the case of Manhattan Project, and it has like this Triceratops mutant. Well, I remember playing with that toy. I had that toy as a kid, right? Like, but they weren't really. You didn't really get to see them on the cartoon all that often. Like, they
No,
might
yeah,
make
they
an
were.
appearance, and I can remember. I'm as I'm talking about it, I remember there being like a TV special that had some of these new toys. Like, it was guaranteed just a way to sell more toys,
Oh, for
but
sure,
it
and I had
had
it
like
too.
this chrome dome guy. Do you remember him with he was like super shiny? Yeah, he was on this special with some of these other characters. And yeah, now I gotta look. Now I feel like I need to
You
look
can
into a
you can
bunch
look
of
it
this
up.
stuff,
Yeah,
buy all the
yeah.
seasons. And
Well, I this is such a great year for Turtles, right? Because we're getting Shredder's Revenge, we're getting Cowabunga Collection. I'm surprised we don't have. Is there a way to watch the old episodes right now? I was looking on like Paramount Plus, and I can only find the newer, the newer old episodes, the old Nickelodeon ones. I couldn't find.
you just have to buy them.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah,
a mistake.
like like voodoo. Okay, Genghis Frog. I
Genghis
think
Frog,
so. They're called the Frog Punks or Punk Frogs from
Punk Frogs,
1987
yeah.
TV series. Okay, and that's what it said, the little cardboard cutout. But Attila the Frog, Genghis Frog, Napoleon Bonafrog, and Rasputin the Mad Frog. And so
So they're all like dictator frogs names.
yeah,
That's
and
cool.
well,
Or I guess yeah.
I had the I think Genghis Frog was the one that they, and he had an his weapon was a gun, a tongue gun. so yeah, but he was the only toy they released from those four early on, and then they might have released some other ones later on. But anyway, so
Oh God, looking at I had him. I looking at this toy, I also had him.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, he's
remember
one of
that
the original.
tongue
Like,
gun.
he was early on. Like,
Yeah.
he was yeah, and it was Genghis Frog. I'm looking at the actual like in package uh in package
Yeah,
action
that's what I
figures.
was
So
looking at. So
yeah.
for all you kid listeners, if you have toys right now,
Hello,
do
it sounded
not
like
get
you
rid
just
of them.
said hello, fellow kids. Like,
Yeah. Hello, fellow young people. To all of you listening, don't get rid of your toys, because I would love to have been able to keep my my turtle action figures. I had so many of them. Like, I had a huge chest of them. I don't even know what happened to them. Maybe I didn't even choose to get rid of them. Maybe my parents did when I was sleeping one night. Who knows? Parents do that, you know. They always they take your toys to a farm where they say the toys are going to be happy, and we all know what that means now.
It's all lies.
But yeah, I had so many, and they're gone, and for what? So
I still have most of my turtle action figures. I mean, some of them have gotten lost to time, right? There's no way around it. But I have a pretty like, it was one of the like, this could go under your bed Rubbermaids. And so it's like long and flat, but I've got quite the collection still. What I miss is what I don't have is all the vehicles. I had the party wagon and the Technodrome, and
oh man, I didn't have the Technodrome. That's a good one. I had the van, but you know, whatever.
I also had the drill, like they would all sit in.
Yeah,
You know, like, which was
man.
like, were you one of the kids when you'd get a toy and you're like, this doesn't really look like it was in the cartoon? Like you're kind of annoyed by it. You're like, wait a minute, how's this drill gonna go underground? And it's like a convertible drill. Like, the top was open. You're just like,
only yeah, I see what you're saying, but only if it was portrayed differently in the series, right? Like, as long as I can look at it and say, like, yes, this is how it is in the cartoon, then I can suspend disbelief, and who cares how the drill works? They're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, we can't get mad at the convertible part. So, but yeah, the toys were something else, and I'm wondering if with all this like new love for the turtles that are coming out, if we're gonna see any remakes of, you know, re-releases of the old series, remakes of the old toys.
So there are toys. There are toys now that look identical
Oh,
to
really?
the Turtles movies
I
that
knew they
look
made that new like style, the new Nickelodeon style. I've seen those toys.
yeah, no, those are gross.
Yeah,
These are like from the like late 80s. Was it 89 when that movie came out or
yeah.
90? I can't remember the
I think it
exact
was
date, but
90, right?
I think so, yeah. And so they had like you could check them out. They'll sell them in packs of 4. They're not cheap. They're like they go for like, well, even now, because I think some of them were like Comic-Con exclusives or something.
Mm,
But they look ridiculous. Like they look identical to the turtles in those movies. They also did the like a re-release of the, it's not really a re-release, because remember how bad the toys looked for the original turtles versus the, like they didn't have, like their eyes were just all white,
yeah,
and you know they didn't really look like the cartoon all that much. These look identical to the to the 80s cartoon. And
nice.
so there's some, but it's like they're the kind of thing you definitely just want to keep in the box and throw up on a shelf or whatever. Like if I
Maybe
had
you do. I want to kick some butt. I gotta
of
kick
course.
some Foot Clan butt, man.
We'll do that in the Cowabunga Collection or the or Shredder's Revenge. So
Yeah,
I do find it a little strange. We have no dates for either of
I
these
know.
games. Like, well,
I mean,
Shredder's
they
Revenge was supposed to be last year, and
right.
they're like, "Yeah,
Had
we're
they
gonna
said
delay
this
it."
year? I know they said
Yeah,
they're gonna delay it, but did they give a year?
it's yeah. I believe
Okay.
I'm fairly certain they've said this year. And looking at Shredder's Revenge, like this looks like the way you remember the games, right? You ever do that where like
Yeah.
you're like, oh, this was my favorite, then you go back and play it, and you're
Yeah.
like,
I'm like,
man,
ugh.
this did not age well.
Yeah,
Like,
every game on Nintendo 64. That's how every game on Nintendo 64 is. You're like, oh, that was the best. That was like cutting edge. It was amazing. You look at it and you're like, oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah.
what
So
happened?
yeah, this does not even look like a car. Like, what am I driving? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what's interesting about, we're looking at Shredder's Revenge again, we're seeing the frog punks or whatever.
Mhm.
Hopefully we're fighting those kind of things. Like I'm hoping there's a, it seems like there was Bebop and
Bebop and
Rocksteady
Rocksteady.
just
Yeah.
taken off, and so this looks like they have just a ton of fan service in it, which I mean for the old school fans, like it's fantastic. Oh, and speaking of turtles, I did find a documentary on Paramount Plus for the turtles after
Oh,
finishing
nice.
up Console Wars. That's what came on, but it was well before uh the toys that made us, and that is done very well, and it's also like I feel like the perfect length. It's like 45 minutes or something to get
Nice.
through it, where this one's longer, and it seemed to kind of just tell the same information. So you know,
Got it.
this game needs online though. Shredder's Revenge, like they've confirmed it's couch co-op only, and I'm hoping that's part of the delay.
Yeah. I mean, it seems odd because how hard would it be to put online in a game like this? And maybe it's more difficult than, you know, they're willing to put in. I don't know how big their dev team is or any of that. So, you know, it's easy for us to sit here and say, you just do it, but you know, just do it. Like, just make that happen, because that would be a huge miss. Like, this is a must buy regardless, but nobody couch co-ops anymore. Like, it just isn't something the average gamer can do anymore. You know, maybe 20 years ago we could accomplish that, but I don't have friends come over and play games anymore and stay the night. It's just
You
not.
don't?
It's not a thing. No, not anymore.
Okay, that's happening then. We're doing a turtle sleepover. I'm coming down. I'm coming down to Portland. We're gonna
All right,
do a
let me ask
turtle
my mom.
sleepover. I'm
Let
gonna
me ask my
get.
mom
I'm gonna
first.
get. I just saw a comic. Where he's like,
I saw that.
where the
I
his buddies are like, yo, let's get beer. He's like, hang on. he's, he's like, hey, would it be okay if I like went out with the guys?
Yeah,
Would
and he's
that be
doing
all
it like
right?
a kid. He's like
Yeah, he's
kicking the
like kicking his leg.
ground, moving his hands, trying
So
to be
yeah,
all timid when he asks. Yeah, that was
yeah,
great.
yeah. So you find out if that'll be well. I mean, but you were saying on the PS5 with there'd still be the possibility to play online, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
I
PlayStation
know it's a
has
Nintendo show.
well, this game's on Nintendo. I'm gonna double dip on this and Cowabunga Collection because this is the perfect Switch game. Let's be honest. Like
Yep.
I have no doubts that the Switch can play this and play it well, assuming it's optimized, right? But and that's true of any console because this isn't high fidelity. But the PlayStation has something called Share Play where you can kind of do couch co-op with a buddy, so you can play couch co-op games by having them stream the game from your console. I've never actually used it. I just know the feature exists. Um, so, I mean, that might be a way to get around the couch co-op, but just put real online on the console or on the game. Just give me real multiplayer.
This is the first time I'm seeing like the long play of Shredder's
Yeah,
Revenge here, and my word, I am like my hype
it's
levels
beautiful.
are just way up there now. So
Oh
if
yeah,
you're only listening to the audio, I would suggest go check out the YouTube video on this one because man, this game just looks fantastic, and I cannot wait. So
and
we're
it's cool
stoked
they
about
added
Turtles.
April. April's in the game as a
Yes.
playable character, which is neat. I don't know that I'll ever use her because she's not a Ninja Turtle. Like same with Splinter. Splinter's great, and I'm glad they added him, but I'm not using them. Doesn't matter to me. I'm playing the Ninja Turtles. I'm not playing Ninja Turtles and Friends. It's like, but I'm kidding. I'm glad they added those. I think that's cool. Um,
I mean, if they don't add Casey Jones, it's going to be a
ooh,
miss.
yeah.
Especially the bright
Maybe we'll
colored,
get
like
DLC.
the Casey Jones, like the toy, who he had, like, depending on what year you bought him, he either had blue baseball bats or orange baseball bats. It seemed like they would change the plastic for some reason, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I am so very excited for Turtles. Watching the animations of like Michelangelo swing his nunchucks. Like
yeah.
it's not just one single animation. Like he's pulling those things in from under his arm and then swinging them back out again. Like
Yep.
April's just smashing the foot with with her
With her
microphone and the
microphone, she's
camera.
interviewing them. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
So I mean, it looks, like I said, it looks like, hey, who turned the lights off? Like they knocked
Yeah.
the foot soldier down the.
If they don't have my toe, they've messed
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
They've
Big
messed up.
Apple, 3 a.m.
So,
So
so talking Cowabunga really quick. What's the first game you're gonna play? Are you gonna go in order? Or are you just gonna jump right into Turtles in Time? Like, what's your thoughts here?
so as much as I love Turtles in Time, it's honestly a toss up for me between Turtles in Time and the arcade game on the
I loved
NES.
the arcade game.
Yeah. Well, and the arcade and the actual arcade game. Even
Right.
that is, so it's, and we know that the arcade game, the Turtles in Time arcade game, Hyperstone Heist and Tournament Fighter on SNES all have online. So that might be a factor too, depending on if I'm streaming and some people want to jump in and join me. It's just gonna depend. So
I remember going to the arcade with my brother, and if you do the special attack, it takes a little bit of your life away.
right.
And he was getting so pissed off with me because it was just eating all of his quarters because it won't. I don't think it'll let you die. Like it'll take you down to one hit bar.
Correct. Yes.
And so I would just keep spamming the special attack until I'm down to one hit bar. I'd get hit by something. He'd have to feed more quarters, and he's like, "Stop doing the special attack! Like, stop it! What are you doing?"
Oh, that's amazing. Awesome. Well, hey, This has been another NPC bonus episode, NPC in the morning. Of course, you can follow Hate Zero on Twitter and also come hang out with him in the Discord. And that's going to do it for this one. So thanks for listening, everybody, and we will see you in the next one. Bye now.